Yo, what's going on? It's He here. As you can tell, things have switched up a little bit. We've been working on getting things situated in the room. Kind of remodeling, so it's a little messy right now. But we're gonna get it's gonna be a lot better once it's all finished up and everything like that. Uh, but today's video, we're gonna be going over EA Sports' list of top 25 college football stadiums to play in. Today, as you can tell, I'm a little under the weather. Whole family ended up getting COVID, but the show must go on. Any EA Sports news that came out today, EA Sports college football news that came out today, has to be told and has to be said. Now, this list I don't agree with much at all. The list is kind of not great. But we're going to check it out. All right, so we're here at EA Sports College Football 25 page. As you can see, this is rankings week. This is what they say. Hey, college football fans, welcome back to the Campus Huddle. This week we have a special living edition of the Campus Huddle centered around rankings this week. So what is rankings week? It is a time to celebrate various EA Sports College Football 25 rankings, from the toughest places to play to the top offenses and defenses to our final team power rankings before the worldwide launch on July 19th. Plus, we'll have our sights and sounds deep dive coming Wednesday, showcasing the incredible and unique presentation features coming to EA Sports College Football 25. The full rankings week schedule can be seen here. As you can see, 625, the toughest places to play. That's today. Tomorrow is Sights and Sounds Deep Dive. That's exciting because we get to see what the difference in stadiums is like what the sounds are going to sound like, what chants, what music. I heard Mo Bamba might be in this thing for Penn State because they do the Mo Bamba thing. 627 top offenses and defenses. That's going to be very exciting. We get to see what exactly is going on with that, with the rankings and what teams you want to play with online or just maybe take over a dynasty that you don't really want to work for. 628 overall team power rankings. So it's pretty much the same thing. If they're going to go top offenses and top defenses, then that's what they're going to go with. Toughest places to play. We laid out the significant impact that home field advantage can have on the outcome of games in EA Sports College Football 25 during our gameplay deep dive Campus Huddle. Audio and in-game modifiers such as blurred routes, incorrect play art, confidence, and composure effects and screen shaking are some of the immersive impacts away teams and players will be forced to contend with. But not all home field advantages are created equal. The development team worked to complete a list of the top 25 toughest places to play, factoring in historical stats such as home winning percentage, home game attendance, active home winning streaks, team prestige, and more. Rankings are subject to change in future updates. So, this is my problem with this list, right? It's factoring in historical stats such as home winning percentage. So it doesn't matter if it was last year or the year before. They're basing this solely off of history, home game attendance, right? Let's take Oklahoma State into factor because they're not on this list. Boone Pickens Stadium is not on this list. I think it's a travesty. I think it's bull. But they're not on this list. Last year, sold out every single home game, right? One of the toughest places to play in all of college football. It doesn't matter. The sidelines are close in together. They're close into the field. They're practically standing over the players. It doesn't matter. It's a loud stadium. People get rowdy. It's always been like that. DKR, right? We're going to take into because they're in the top 15, 20 or something like that. DKR, which is the home of the Texas Longhorns, is not on this list. I mean, is on this list, right? which I think they do deserve to be on the list. I mean, they have 105,000 attendance or whatever. But I've been to DKR. It's not that loud. It doesn't get that loud. It doesn't. I think, and I think this is a reason for a lot of OU teams like OU and stuff like that. Teams like the Dallas Cowboys. The home team doesn't get loud. They're on their ass the whole time, just sitting there, just quiet. They don't want it hard enough. Dallas Cowboys Stadium is the exact same way. OU, exact same way. I mean, you got people sitting down and just not really cheering. It's not, and they're more there for like the gist of it all. They're not really there for. They're there because they got money, and they don't feel like they have to. So let's go ahead and start off. Number one, Kyle Field. So Kyle Field is obviously where Texas A&M plays. I've never been, but I do know it gets loud. I do know that for a fact. It doesn't really matter if they have like a bad team or a good team. They're seemingly loud. They have like the Yell Cheer Squad, which is really weird. Where they meet like the Friday before games and they just talk shit about the opposing team that they're playing against. The Yell team, I think that, I don't know. The Yell Squad, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. But I don't think they're number one. Number two, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Alabama. Now, Alabama is a tough place to play. But think about how good their teams are. Think about how many, how well their teams are. I'm not disagreeing that they don't belong to be in the top 5. But number 2, I don't know. I mean, I really don't think they get that loud. I mean, maybe a little bit. But number 3, Tiger Stadium. And this team has a very strong case to be number 3. I mean, number 1. LSU is one of the loudest stadiums in all of college football. Why they're not number 1 is beyond me, right? It just doesn't make sense. The fact that they go off team prestige is weird to me, right? Kyle Field, Texas A&M, they make a lot of money, right? And I think that's what team prestige means, is making a lot of money. So if they're number 1, I mean, that would make sense. But I mean, Texas makes more money than they do, so why aren't they number 1? It just doesn't make much sense to me. Tiger Stadium should be number 1. They're always loud. They're always rowdy. They're always there. Number 4, Ohio Stadium, Ohio State. I don't know. The Horseshoe, it gets loud. I mean, it gets loud. But it's not. I don't see it as above Tennessee. I don't see it above, which Tennessee's not even in the top 10. They're not even in the top 10. It doesn't make sense. Sanford Stadium, it does get loud there. I do agree. Probably top 5, for sure. Penn State. They have a strong case to be number 2 on this list. Penn State is a loud stadium. Very, very loud. They have a strong case to be number 2 on this list. That's why I think this list is kind of, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird list. I don't know why they would do this. Doesn't make sense to me. But like it does say, rankings are subject to change in future updates, right? So if a team's not performing well, then it's probably more than likely going to get changed. Wisconsin. Now I don't watch a lot of Big Ten football. I don't find it enjoyable. I don't. Maybe they're loud, but team success isn't really there. I don't know what they're talking about. Maybe it's a hard place to play. I don't know. I don't know enough of. Number 8, Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. Is it a big stadium that holds a lot of people? Yes. Has Oklahoma been pretty successful in the last 10 years? Yes. Is it loud? Mm, I don't know. I don't know. It could. I mean, it's a little loud, but it's not. It's not getting. It's not. It's not there. I mean, it's not nearly as loud. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I mean, compared to some of these other lists, names on the list. I mean, Tennessee out just absolutely destroys Gaylord Stadium. They do. Number 9, Doak S. Campbell Stadium. FSU. FSU gets really loud. I like them on this list. I'd probably move them more towards like number 7 than number 9. They have the chop, you know. Oh, they got that. So I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. Number 10, the Swamp. Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, also known as the Swamp. Florida plays there. Florida has been good in the past. Recently, not so good. Not as successful. No Tim Tebow. I'm just saying. But Ben Hill Griffin Stadium is a pretty decent stadium. I don't know if it's top 10 right now, just because of team success and stuff like that, which for some reason that factors in. I don't know their percentage of home games of winning in the last 10 years or so, but I don't think it's better than Oklahoma State's. I don't. I don't think they've been that great. All right, so next, Autzen Stadium, Oregon. Oregon is one of the loudest stadiums in the country. They should be in the top 10. They should not be at number 11. They should not. Oregon is good. Oregon Stadium is really good. Memorial Stadium, Clemson. I don't know how loud Clemson gets. I do know they have a lot of tradition and stuff like that with the whole touching the rock thing as they run down the little hill and stuff like that. I do know that. But I don't know how loud they get. I'm sure they're a top 15 team. I'm pretty sure that's right. Now, Tennessee is the weirdest one. I don't know why they have it at number 13. I think they have like the loudest college football stadium at 132 decibels. Granted, team success isn't really there. Hasn't really been there like it's supposed to. But Neyland Stadium is one of the loudest stadiums in the country. Probably one of the hardest places to play in the country. Team success just hasn't really been there. They should be in the top 10, probably top 5, more than likely top 5. I don't know why they're in the top 13. I don't know why. Jordan Air Stadium, Auburn. Auburn was loud. I don't know about now. Maybe Auburn's a little loud. I don't know. I don't watch enough Auburn games to be like, oh yeah, dude, this place is rocking. I don't. Williams Brice Stadium, South Carolina. I don't know. I don't know why they're in the top 15. I mean, maybe they get loud. Maybe they don't. I don't know. I don't watch enough South Carolina football. I know that they're a decent program, but I don't think they get too loud. Michigan Stadium, the Big House. Last year probably one of the loudest stadiums just because of team success, and they went undefeated. Didn't lose once. I don't think lost at all. Michigan has been one of the most successful programs over the last 5 to 10 years. They deserve a little something. I probably moved them in the top 15. I probably wouldn't have them at number 16. Lane Stadium, Virginia Tech. I mean, this is what pisses me off. Lane Stadium, right? Virginia Tech. VT is not that fucking loud and not that successful for them to be in the top 25 over Oklahoma State. Don't get it. I don't get it. But yet they're here. Why? That it's asinine. Utah, Rice Eccles Stadium, Utah. Utah is very loud. Them people get loud. The Utes, they get loud for them Utes. The Utes people, I don't have no problems with them. I probably move them into the top 15 just because I love them people so much. Utah people are nothing but nice people that I know of. Not really dickheads. I mean, they do think they're gonna come in here and to the Big 12 and they just gonna run stuff, but they gotta realize we still here. Probably the best team in the Big 12. They gotta run through us. Granted, the quarterback is really good, but they're not just gonna run in here and do what they want to do. DKR, Texas Memorial Stadium. Do they deserve to be in the top 25? Sure, yeah. Home attendance alone probably do that. But team success over the last 10 years or so, which I'm just basing this over the last 10 years. I'm not really basing it off of anything else. But BPS West is what I call it, just because we own this stadium. DKR is home for us, just because we whoop their ass every single time that we play there in the last 10 years or so. But they do deserve to be in the top 25. I've been there. I've experienced games there. It does get loud sometimes, especially if the right crowd is there. But sometimes, like I said, with Oklahoma and with DKR, they're kind of the same. They have like these rich alumni that don't really like to get loud. They don't really like to do anything. They like to sit on their ass and just, watch the game, which I get sometimes. But I feel like at a college level, you got to get up and you got to get fucking loud. Kinnick Stadium, Iowa. I know Iowa's pretty loud. I know those guys over there get pretty loud. Top 20, top 25. It's good. It's good for that. Notre Dame Stadium. Notre Dame. Now, 21 seems a bit low for Notre Dame. But you factor in the fact that they are always ranked in the top 25 and they somehow managed to get off. And always ranked high and they get off. Notre Dame is a blue blood program. Just because of team history. Rudy, he really did stuff for that team. Rudy's the greatest player to come out of Notre Dame. Sue me. No, I'm just kidding. But Notre Dame is a good stadium. I think they're top 25. But I'd probably move them up a little bit. Spartan Stadium, Michigan State. Spartan Stadium, that's one stadium that I know rocks. They be rocking over there at Michigan State. I've watched a few games in the past. I know they get loud. Team success just ain't really there. It doesn't really make much sense, man. It doesn't make sense. Arkansas, Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium, Arkansas. Do they get loud? Yes. They get loud over there in Fayetteville. But what I don't get is how they're ranked above Oklahoma State and how Oklahoma State didn't make this list. Boone Pickens Stadium is loud. I mean, and team success is there. I just don't get it. Albertson Stadium. This is another one that I just don't get. Boise State. Do they have the blue grass or the blue turf? Yes. Do they get loud? I don't even know if they sell out stadiums like that. I mean, granted, I've only watched a couple Boise State games when they're playing Oklahoma State. And I've watched a home and away game. And I watched the away game against Boise State. I didn't feel like they were that loud. I didn't feel like they were that. I mean, granted, they probably didn't have a good team then. And, we won. So I don't see it. I don't see them being a top 25. I don't see them in the list over at Oklahoma State. I don't. Mississippi State. Now, in the past, when they had the cowbell things, I say hell yeah. Because that was a good-ass tradition. That was a loud-ass tradition, Mississippi State. But I don't think you're allowed to use the cowbells no more. If you are still allowed to use the cowbells, then yeah, top 25, yeah. I can see it. But team success, where's it at? They talk about home team success, winning percentages and stuff like that at home. I don't know if whatever. I mean, I just don't get it. But yeah, this is my list. This is my thoughts on the list. It seems a bit off to me, and it probably seems a bit off to a lot of college football fans, just because, there's a lot of teams missing that shouldn't be gone. It just doesn't make sense. But tomorrow we'll be back. As you can see, we got tomorrow sights and sounds deep dive. That means we're probably getting a video and stuff like that. So we're gonna watch over that together. We're gonna see what's going on. And until then, keep pulling heat.